Welcome, welcome, welcome to Let's Talk Immigration. Um, a few things I want to talk about today. Um, First of all, shared something in my Telegram channel. Oh, did I talk about the blog entry? I don't think I did. Sunday, I published a Monday. I published a log entry on the Ready Go Law website that is a reminder of what happened during the Trump administration. Because I keep getting this question like, "Hey, it wasn't that bad," and I'm like, "Okay, you did not live through it because it was that bad." Okay, so I want to talk about that for a second. First of all, this is my website. More blog. Okay, see this flowchart here? I have a flowchart like that for Somalians, for Syrians, every nationality that was subject to Trump's travel bans. Um, Basically, this was the maze that you had to go through, the consular officer had to go through to determine if you could be issued a visa. And very difficult to get a visa in this situation. Okay. You had to end up in one of these two slots. And this one's redacted. We never even knew what it was. So the main thing I wanted to look at is compared what happened with visa issuances during the Trump administration's um, to Obama and to Biden. So I picked the middle 2 years because the middle 2 years were not impacted by COVID. Um, so if you look at um, Iranian immigrant visa applicants, um, in 2018, 2019, there were only like 1,400 and 1,600 visas issued, as opposed to like 7,000 a month during the 7,000 a year during the Obama administration and 6 to 7,000 during the Biden administration. So that's quite fewer. And if you look at non-immigrant visa applicants, and you need to because there's this myth out here that non-immigrant visas were not impacted by Trump's travel bans. That's not exactly true because if you look, Obama was producing 30,000 uh, student visas a year to Iranians. And then during the Trump administration, it went down to 6,000, 4,000, and 2,000. And it's not even recovered. During the Biden administration, he's gone up a little bit, 3,000, 10,000, 17,000, but nothing compared to what Obama did. So things would not get better if Trump is elected president. I just wanted to make that clear. I had to write it out though, because I wanted people to see that I can support this. I can show this is what he did the first time. So why would you think he would do something different next time? Especially when he promises to make more restrictive immigration the next time around. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is a few of the arguments that we use in mandamus litigation. I actually made a slideshow that I used for a roundtable that I was in today. And I thought, you know what? I bet my whole audience would like to see that. Let me see. I'm going to share it. Here's how I share it. I click present. I appreciate your patience. Okay, so this is the slideshow. First slide, Declaration of Carson Wu. This is the one from September 27th, 2023. Carson Wu is over the SAC office. He's the guy that was over the office. He's not there anymore. That oversees these cases that are in AP. Those SAO requests, they get sent to his office. And he did a declaration in litigation in September where he explained away the department does not expedite security vetting solely because the visa applicant or someone acting on the applicant's behalf filed a civil action seeking relief. But the next sentence is the one that matters. He wrote, when notified of litigation, the screening office assesses the visa case to determine whether the case is being processed consistent with existing standards. Well, that has value. I would say that's a good reason to file a mandamus lawsuit, just to find out if the case is being processed correctly. Okay? And then we look at the Carson Wu declarations from April 7th, because they have some valuable information too that a lot of people don't know, and I want to make sure everybody knows. First of all, if you're in AP, you're awaiting national security vetting, an SAO request, those can neither be addressed nor resolved in a first in, first out basis. Okay, what that means is there's no AP queue. So sometimes people reach out to me and say, hey, someone made an interview the same day and they got clearance sooner. Well, that's what happens because they're not doing these in order. Okay, and the second thing I want to point out is AP takes a long time, and it's because of, well, I don't want to go into explaining why. I just want to say, if you just had your interview and you're like, oh, I'm in AP, will it be a few days? That would be great. But if it's DS 5535 related, that is not likely. 75% are done within 4 months, but if you're Iranian or Russian, it's going to take a lot longer. 25% take more than 4 months. 10% take 2 years or more. I represent some clients right now that have been in AP for 5 years. They're plaintiffs in Badfapo versus Blinken. So that's one declaration. That's some of the takeaways from the April 7th, 2024 declaration of Carson Wu. But here's some more takeaways. The SAC office, that's who handles immigrant visa SAO requests, only has, if you add 22 analysts and 15, has 37 analysts. And as of April 7th, there were 61,000 SAO requests pending. That's 43,000 plus 18. So if you've got 37 analysts responsible for 61,000 SAO requests, is anyone surprised that it takes an unreasonable amount of time to get an outcome? Okay, so that has to do with State Department priorities and how, immigrant visa applicants are not a priority for the State Department. Now, for some reason, SAO requests for NIVs, non-immigrant visas, are handled by Department of Homeland Security's National Vetting Center. We know that because it says that right here. Carson Wu told us that. The National Vetting Center is located in Sterling, Virginia. And so for those who have been talking to me about mandamus litigation who are non-immigrant visa applicants, meaning F1, J1, L1, O1, B1, B2, or even a K1, it appears that your SAO request is pending in Virginia. And so we have another venue option. We can file your lawsuit in the district court for the Eastern District of Virginia. So I have 7 cases that are pending right now with local counsel that's doing a great job. And so that's one approach that we can use to explore a different venue. Because I know some people, they've heard some bad things about DC and they don't want to sue in DC. And I'm always looking for ways to not sue in DC if someone doesn't want to. I'm not scared of DC. I think the magistrate judges there particularly are great. And then there's a few district court judges that are really our allies. Okay. The problem is you don't always get to choose your judges. You can maneuver that situation as you can, but you can't. It doesn't always work out. So, and that's true everywhere. Okay, stop my screen share. Got to share those things. DV entry date. That's the next thing. I made a big deal to everybody. It's okay to pursue multiple paths to immigrate at the same time. If you have an existing immigrant application or a petition, you can still enter the DV lottery if you're, if you meet all the requirements. The first time the DV lottery was published, it said that for DV 2026, it said that the entries had to be received by November 5th, and that has changed. Apparently, that was a mistake. Believe it or not, the State Department does make mistakes. And so now we know that the submitted entry, then you click here. We now know that they will accept entries to November 7th, 2024. However, I would not wait until that day. And here's why I would not wait till that day. It seems like every couple days, someone will message me saying that this website does not work. So you cannot always rely on that website working when you're available at the last minute. So if you want to enter the DV lottery, you need to be working on that now and not wait till the last day. Okay. Do you have any questions here? Comments? No? No? Okay. I have a lot going on. I don't have any questions or comments here. So what I'm going to do is in today's Let's Talk Immigration Early, I will say I was talking about how we had a big hearing scheduled for Taharian on Monday, and it was for summary judgment. And this is a case for Iranian families that we filed a year ago. Most of them have been issued, but not all of them. And the judge has removed that hearing from the calendar, so there's not a big hearing on Monday. The judge is going to make his decision based upon the pleadings. What that means is based upon the papers that have already been filed. It's going to look at the arguments there. Is not going to rely upon oral arguments. So I will share that information when the order is issued. I'll share it and let everybody know. So thank you for showing up today. And I will see you next Wednesday for Let's Talk Immigration. Take care of yourself.